2 weeks ago, I'm outside my office. My assistant comes up and says, Suge Knight wants to speak to you from jail. I said, who? He said, Suge Knight. The Suge? Yes. Gotta be kidding me. No.
What'd they do to him? Because there's a lot of speculation out there, but nobody, I mean, I've heard things, but what did they really
say that? I hate to say that because I really like Justin Bieber. I feel bad for Justin Bieber. And this is when the
2 weeks ago, I'm outside my office. My assistant comes up and says, Suge wants to speak to you from jail. I said, who? He said, Suge the Suge. Yes, gotta be kidding me. Know what they do to him? Because there's a lot of speculation out there, but nobody, I mean, I've heard things, but what did they really do to him? It's the story shaking the entertainment world to its core. The once untouchable music mogul Sean Diddy Combs, who built an empire on the foundation of Bad Boy Records, is now at the center of one of the most scandalous sauce Hollywood has ever seen. From federal investigations to shocking revelations from industry insiders, it's a chain of events no one could have predicted. But as the layers peel back, the story grows darker, implicating not only Diddy but also other major names in the music industry. And at the heart of this unfolding drama, a tangled web of power, betrayal, and allegations that stretch back decades. I hate to say that because I really like this. I feel bad for just to be in this when that happened. Let's start with a video that's been making the round. Usher's 2016 interview on a popular talk show. What began as a casual reflection on his teenage years has now resurfaced as a bombshell. Back in the early 90s, Usher, then just 14 years old, was sent to live with Diddy. According to Usher, the experience was supposed to give him a first-hand look at the lifestyle of a successful artist, but the way he describes it now has fans raising their eyebrows. In the interview, Usher admitted to things he didn't fully understand at the time, scenes he described as wild and curious. When the host pressed him on what exactly he saw, Usher hesitated, his discomfort palpable. Even years later, he admitted that he wouldn't let his own children experience anything similar, a statement that speaks volumes. Right? No, not really, I mean, but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things. Yeah, but you were 13. What were you? See, I went there to see the lifestyle. This wasn't the first time User had opened up about his time with Diddy. In a 2004 magazine interview, he touched on the intensity of the music industry and how it exposed him to a world far beyond his years. Now, with the recent raids on Diddy's homes and the growing list of allegations against him, fans are revisiting these old interviews with a fresh perspective, wondering if more was happening behind closed doors than anyone realized. And then there's Justin Bieber, a researcher of his clip from 2011, his fans buzzing. In the video, a then 16-year-old Bieber appears alongside Diddy on a late-night talk show. The two joked about their friendship, with Diddy calling Bieber his little brother, but what caught everyone's attention was Diddy's offhand comment about keeping their activities private. He knows better than to be talking about the things he does with Big Brother Puff on national television. Diddy said what the quickly brushing past the remark. At the time, it seemed like harmless banter, but in light of recent events, fans are reinterpreting those words. What exactly was being kept off the record and why it was just an escape for me? I was just young, like everybody in the industry and people in the world who experiment and do. The internet, of course, has not stayed silent. One fan commented, they destroyed Justin Bieber, makes me sick. He did not need their guidance, he was already there. Stand tall, Justin. Love Canada. Another wrote, Usher belongs in prison with Diddy for what they Diddy. Justin. These reactions paint a clear picture of how the public feels, betrayed, angry, and deeply concerned for the young stars who cross paths with Diddy during his rise to fame. Yeah, Justin Bieber has been getting this out in different ways. You could see it in his music and in just what he's been trying to say without saying. But the controversy doesn't stop there. Suge Knight, the former Death Row Records boss, now serving a lengthy sentence, has thrown his voice into the mix. In a recent interview, Knight didn't hold back, claiming that Diddy isn't the only one responsible for the alleged misconduct. According to Knight, Diddy was taught by people before him and then did it to the younger people after him. Knight went so far as to name other powerful figures in the industry, suggesting that Diddy is merely the fall guy in a much larger system of abuse. He even warned Diddy that his life is in danger, implying that the secrets Diddy holds could make him a target. Well, all due respect to Pre, you got to realize one thing, he didn't start off like that. I'm quite sure somebody ting that, and that's more. Knight's comments have added another layer of complexity to this already convoluted story. For years, the feud between Diddy and Knight has been the stuff of hip-hop legend. It began in the 90s during the infamous East Coast-West Coast rivalry that ended in tragedy with the untimely demases of Shakur and Biggie Smalls. While both men denied any involvement in each other's lives or careers, the tension between them was undeniable. Now, decades later, Knight's willingness to speak out about Diddy's alleged wrongdoing has raised speculation about how deep their rivalry truly runs. Take Justin Bieber. Take Justin Bieber when he was young, that on a romantic vacation, showing pictures on the Instagram. And let's not forget the lawsuits over the past year. A string of civil cases has emerged, painting a disturbing picture of Diddy's personal and professional life. From allegations of harassment to accusations of coercion, the claims are as varied as they are shocking. One of the most notable cases involves Cassie, Diddy's former girlfriend, who ACC accused him of years of abuse. While the two settled her lawsuit quickly, it opened the floodgates for others to come forward. The sheer number of allegations, now reportedly over 100, has led some to question how such behavior could have gone unnoticed for so long. They took Destin Bieber and best them. That only is a bad look. It's sad. Adding to the drama is the involvement of Diddy's sons, who were reportedly present during the recent raids on his properties. Eyewitnesses decrypt seeing them handcuffed and questioned by authorities, though they were later released. The image of Diddy's family caught up in the storm has struck a chord with fans and critics alike. Many are now questioning the legacy Diddy has created, not just as a music mogul but as a father and role model. And my dad wasn't there in my life as a kid, so all these experiences just read me for life. So greater than just being an artist. The timing of these allegations is also raising questions about whether Diddy's sudden fall from grace is part of a larger reckoning in the entertainment world over the past few years. High profile figures in music, film, and television have faced similar scrutiny, with fans and insiders unearthing long-buried stories of misconduct for Diddy, who has spent decades cultivating an image as a savvy businessman and family man. The stark contrast between his public persona and the allegations against him is jarring. It's a reminder that even the most polished and powerful figures can be hiding secrets that eventually come to light. Adding to the complexity is the role of Diddy's empire in shaping modern hip-hop culture. His influence on the industry is undeniable, from launching the careers of iconic artists to redefining the relationship between music and branding. But as these allegations surface, they cast a shadow over his accomplishments. Fans are now questioning whether the success of Bad Boy Records and Diddy's various ventures came at a cost, one paid not only by his accusers but also by the culture he helped create. This reckoning forces a difficult but necessary conversation about how power and privilege have been wielded in the music industry for decades. His independence to then becoming Puff Daddy, you know what I'm saying, and I got a front row seat looking at that. Thank God that I had that experience. It's also impossible to ignore the broader cultural impact of Diddy's career. At his peak, he embodied the aspirational spirit of 90s and early 2000s hip-hop with hits like I'll Be Missing You and his larger-than-my persona. Diddy represented a generation of artists who broke barriers and built empires. His ventures into fashion, liquor, branding, and television made him a blueprint for the modern celebrity entrepreneur. But now that legacy is under threat, if the allegations prove true, it raises uncomfortable questions about how much of his success was built on exploitation and manipulation. Critics are also pointing to the systemic issues that allowed Diddy and others like him to thrive unchecked for so long. Insiders have long whispered about the open secrets in the entertainment industry, where questionable behavior was often excused or ignored in the name of profit. For years, Diddy was celebrated as a trailblazer, but the current revelations suggests that his power may have been used in ways that harmed others. The industry's silence until now speaks volumes, and it's clear that this case is forcing a long overdue examination of the structures that protect powerful figures at the expense of their victim. You know, when it comes to rewriting history, is try to rewrite history as the legal battles unfold. One thing is clear: this isn't just a story about one man's downfall, it's a reckoning for an entire industry that has long been accused of turning a blind eye to misconduct. The entertainment world is no stranger to scandals, but the scale and scope of the allegations against Diddy have made this case a defining moment. It has forced fans, artists, and executives to confront uncomfortable truths about the culture of power and exploitation that has persisted for decades. But what's next for Diddy? His legal team has been vocal, calling the allegations baseless and insisting that he will fight to clear his name. In a statement, one of his attorneys described the raids as a witch hunt.